Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. You know, I usually don't use much foul language, but sometimes you have to. Same shit, different decade. The whole thing about not standing for the national anthem, not saluting the flag, not saying the Pledge of Allegiance, that's not the main issue. That is not what the topic is about. That is a distraction. The topic is about what's been going on for decades in America. Remember Jesse Owens? Track star? Remember how he was treated? Muhammad Ali? Jackie Robinson? I mean, the list goes on. Remember what happened to Rodney King? Now Freddie Gray? It's the same shit, different decade, people. That's what they don't want to talk about. They don't want to take responsibility that there's some problems here that need to be solved, and they're systemic. It's part of the system. It's built in. So instead, they'll talk about Colin Kaepernick and what he's doing. How can he disgrace? You know, he's being a disgrace. He's disrespecting the flag. It's like, no, the country has been disrespecting him and me and people like us. That's what they don't want to talk about. You see, what they will do, they being the media, the politicians, the puppet masters, those in charge, they will use whatever they can to distract you away from the central. They'll flip the script. It's like I mentioned before. You don't go to a breast cancer rally and demand they talk about prostate cancer. It's the wrong venue. But you see, when it comes to the oppressed in America, the minorities, black people in particular, they don't want to talk about it. They always push the issue aside. I got one friend, my friend Dan. Now, he's known me since 11th grade. He and I don't agree on this. Dan's a Cuban. And Dan, you might be watching this, so shout out to you. But, my friend, you're missing the point. You want to focus on Colin taking a knee or not standing up, you are missing the point. And if you want to try and say things are much better, then, you know, your head is stuck someplace that's warm and wet. And it's on inside your body. I mean, you got to wake up to certain realities. It's just that simple. You know, the whole thing about blue lives matter, all lives matter. No, you don't go to a breast cancer rally and start talking about all cancer matters. It's not the topic. It's the wrong venue. But you see, when the people in Black Lives Matter wanted to talk about Black Lives Mattering, no, all lives matter. Blue lives matter. You know, all. See, once again, they don't want to discuss the topic because it's uncomfortable. That's the first part. But the second part is that they know something would have to change and they would rather keep things the same. So as I pointed out, you know, the slave does not respect the slave master. He's not going to show the slave master any respect. I'm sorry, that's not the way it works. You don't honor the slave master. you try and break away from the slave master. You try and take him down because he has you enslaved. And so, just tell Colin Kaepernick that he's doing wrong because he's not standing for the national anthem. Well, why should he salute something that keeps him down? Now, you can argue, oh, he's a millionaire. He had white parents. He had this, he had that. But you know, there's probably some parts of this country where if he was driving and he got pulled over, he might find himself in a world of hurt. Let's just put it that way. It's just that simple. But the point is that it's the same shit, different decade. When is it going to change? That is the question. That is what needs to be discussed. What are the solutions? You know, they want to say, well, you talk about Black Lives Matter, but look at the black on black crime. Well, number one, it's gangs. It's gang crime. When you take out the gang crime, then the number of blacks killing blacks is no different than the number of whites, and as a percentage, killing whites, or the number of Hispanics killing Hispanics. It's the gang, the drugs, that crime. That's the problem. It distorts. And statistics can be used to fool people. I mean, there's studies. Somebody even wrote a book. They want to change the script so they use, you know, their numbers and they don't talk about the other numbers. It's like the employment numbers. Oh, employment, you know, unemployment's down. Yeah, take a look around out there, wherever you live, and see if unemployment's down. I mean, it's a joke, people. It is a freaking joke. And you need to quit falling for it. And so, just remember the next time somebody wants to talk about those Miami Dolphins who took a knee on September 11th rather than standing up, they were not disrespecting the Marines. And fight for freedom? I'm sorry. The only people I need to fight for freedom is the government of the United States and the states themselves and the counties and the cities. Those are the people who impact my freedom, not somebody thousands of miles away across the pond in the Middle East. They're not the ones restricting my freedom. America, my fellow Americans, wake up and smell the tyranny.